It's experienced by the majority of people because we see ourselves differently than others see us. I think that this is an excellent lens. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and professionally I'm a software developer, but in my free time I love landscape photography and making related videos here on YouTube. Today I wanted to share a thought about imposter syndrome or just dissatisfaction with your own work as a photographer or creator. Before I get into that though, I wanted to give you a really quick life update as well. Just so you guys know, I'm in the process of moving over the next couple of months. I'll actually be moving in January, but there's some stuff that I have to go ahead and do now to get ready for that. Once I get moved, I'll have a room that can actually be a dedicated office and studio, which will make it a lot easier to consistently release videos for you guys. But until then, I might have to take a little bit of time away from videos now and then. I definitely am still going to try to make videos as often as I can, and hopefully I can put up some stuff about moving early next year as well. And so I wanted to let you know that I'm still committed to this channel, but that is going on, and so I might miss a few weeks here and there. Also, I recently adopted a kitten. Once I move, there'll be more space for her too, but right now she kind of just is here in the room with me, so you may hear her running around, although it looks like she is sleeping right now. Now, despite how the name sounds, imposter syndrome isn't an actual diagnosed disorder. It's just the concept of feeling like a fraud because people admire your abilities in an area that you don't actually think that you're skilled in. And this is something that a lot of people experience in a lot of different areas. Take my career as a software developer, for example. When I was a little kid, I remember my dad's computer broke, and so before he threw it away, he gave it to me with a screwdriver and let me take it all apart. When I got older, I wanted to learn everything that I could do on the computer, and then I wanted to learn how the computer worked and how to make it do new things. So in high school, I started learning some basic programming, and then after graduation, I got a degree in computer science, and now in my late 20s, I work professionally full-time as a software developer. Knowing that about me, you probably think about me a little bit differently. My coworkers think about me as a software developer, and I even introduce myself that way because it's a big part of my life and identity. But the thing is, I don't really feel any different. In my mind, I'm still just a kid with a computer figuring stuff out as I go. So imposter syndrome is certainly not something that is limited to photography, but it can definitely occur in that area as well, because I think often even the best photographers don't think of themselves as good photographers. They probably think of themselves more as people with cameras who like taking photos. A similar thing that I think a lot of photographers and other artists experience is a dislike of our own work, sometimes to the point that we don't even want to share it because we don't think that it's good enough. Many times I've seen photographers share incredible photos and say, this one really isn't that good, when actually it is good and everyone tells them so in the comments. So what can we do about this? How can we stop hating our own work and feeling like a fraud? Well, here are 3 things that I think we can try. First, just take a few moments to acknowledge your own achievements. Imposter syndrome tells you that people think that you're really good at something, but you actually aren't. But you can overcome that simply by rationalizing it and telling yourself that if other people think that you're good at something, then you most likely actually are. If people like your photos, it's because they're actually good. One thing that helps me is when I post a photo on a photo sharing site, I look up some of the profiles of people who have liked the photo and look at some of their photos. That gives me a chance to like one of theirs as well, which I think is a nice reciprocation, but it also lets me see some of the people taking amazing photos and how they have appreciated mine, and that gives me a little bit of an ego boost to keep sharing my photos even when I'm not that impressed by them. The second thing to do is stop trying to be perfect. That's not to say you shouldn't try to get better at photography, but if you have your heart really set on getting a perfect photo, you're going going to be disappointed a lot. This is something that I've worked on a lot, but I'll still sometimes take a photo and then keep on tweaking the editing for days or weeks only to decide not to post it because it just doesn't feel perfect. Give yourself the freedom to say that's good enough and share your work, because chances are a lot of people will actually really enjoy it and won't notice the tiny things that you think are huge imperfections after you've pixel peeped for hours. This leads into the third thing, which is to share your failures as well. Our society, at least in America, is very focused on success, but never sharing anything but our success can make us feel like we need to be successful all of the time, which is neither true nor attainable. I try to share a photo on social media about once a week, but I don't always get a good photo. Sometimes my photos don't turn out, and sometimes I just don't have time to take a new one. One option is to feel like I have to share a perfect photo and either share nothing and then feel bad about myself because I didn't have anything to share, or keep trying to take a perfect photo when maybe I don't have time for more photo shoots, causing myself additional stress. But another option is to share the imperfect photo or an older photo, maybe write something honest about it in the description. And I find when I do that people often enjoy it just as much, and I get the satisfaction of putting it out there. More than that though, this can help to reframe your thinking over time to realize that you don't have to be perfect and that no one is really expecting you to be perfect, especially not to the standard that you are probably holding for yourself. While it's not an official diagnosis, imposter syndrome can be very bothersome and keep us from doing things, but I think that it's helpful to understand that it's experienced by the majority of people because we see ourselves differently than others see us, and to lower our standards for ourselves to a reasonable level and realize that our success is actually real. No one is going to realize that you're a fraud and actually terrible at something they thought you were good at. If you've been genuine with them and you've shared your own work, they think that your work is good because it actually is. So that is all for this video, but I really hope that helps you guys out to learn to value yourselves. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more videos that I'm really excited to share with you in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.